kitties, welcome to my pool. How wonderful is this? Join me as we cool down and try not to sweat our tits off. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the zero waste movement. There's a lot of people who have been commenting on my videos saying, oh man, I could never do this overnight, or this is like such a huge task, I could never do it, so I'm not even gonna try. And I would like to say to you guys, as an active member of the zero waste movement, and I'm sure that Lauren Singer and Beat Johnson, who are the zero waste gurus, would say the same as me. Zero waste isn't from overnight not producing any waste. It really is. It's like any movement. It's up to you to like slowly make your way into it. If you go to our top 10 tips video and you do like, you know, one of those, you're already part of the zero waste movement. We open our arms to everyone. We're not a movement that's gonna like say, oh man, you forgot to ask the waiter not to bring a straw. That's it, you're gone. You can't talk to us. That's not the way this world works. I feel like our global culture has become accustomed to this type of binary thinking, which is like 0101, yes or no, feminist, misogynist, vegetarian, meat eater. Like we split everything in two. But there's so much gray in between, and so a zero waster and a non-zero waster, there's like a whole load of you guys, you know? Some of you guys may be just transitioning, some of you guys may be just learning about this. This may be the first video that you've ever seen that even remotely talks about zero waste. You've never heard of it before. All of you guys are still part of the zero waste movement. This isn't, I don't know how to, it's not a club. It's not a club that like, you get a stamp, you're certified, you're like, oh hey, I'm a zero waster. It's a mentality, and I feel like that's what Alexis and I are trying to convey in our videos. We want you guys to sort of see how we do it and be like, maybe I like that, maybe I like this, and understand the benefits behind it. Like, understand that you're doing something good for the world. It's a bit like I saw this really funny cartoon recently that was like, oh man, like what if climate change is a huge big hoax? And like one of the characters is like, oh no, we would have created a better world for nothing. It's like, it's the same thing with zero waste. Like, you don't have to be 100% to be making a difference. Even just making one of those changes. I haven't used a plastic bag in 5 years. And I'm not saying that in a sanctimonious way, like, oh, look at me, I'm holier than thou. But I'm saying it like, I'm excited, this is cool. Like, I don't need it, you guys don't need it. And we can save the environment. I don't know, I think I'm doddering a little bit, but I hope that my point has come across, which is, you can do as much as you can, and that's okay. You're part of the zero waste movement. Just slowly implement little changes. I'll tell you how I did it. I'll tell you about my zero waste journey. I started off just cutting out all plastic. And then as I learned more and more about, like, you know, tea bags they have are made out of nylon, and that's plastic. I was like, whoa, I didn't even know that. So then I slowly started to like find ways around that, or find compostable tea bags. And then, or like when I learned about Tetra Paks, you know, like where you get your orange juice from, they are actually made with plastic on the inside and they're very hard to recycle. I was like, what? I didn't know that. And so slowly I took things on, and this is like a really like long process. So yeah, just no one's gonna kill you for edging your way into it. This is a lovely movement. I love you guys. It's your life. It's up to you. Take it easy. Do what you gotta do. That totally rhymed. Coined it. I'm gonna end with a little story of my own. I am currently battling cancer, brain cancer, and I have to, I live in hospitals, and yesterday, for example, I had like 10 freaking, I didn't have 10, I had 3 blood draws, and each of those blood draws, the nurse has to take a needle out of a sterile plastic encasing, and so I produced waste. I'm not gonna stop seeking medical treatment to save my life because of the zero waste movement. It's not a all or nothing thing. I'm doing the best that I can in my circumstance. I hope you guys can do the best you can in your circumstance. And let's all uplift each other and not you know, shut each other down. That's not, I've had a lot of people have fights in the comments about like, you're not vegan, da da da, and like people are like fighting with each other. And it's like, Alexis put it very nicely. She told me a story once about how she has a friend who was like, oh, I really want to become vegan because I really like see the benefits on the earth, but I really like eggs, so I'm not gonna do it. And Alexis was like, why don't you just like be a vegan who eats eggs? Like, that is better than nothing. And that attitude of like, oh man, well then, yeah, you totally should become a vegan because if you eat eggs, then like there's no point. We kind of like let our egos get in the way of encouraging and letting people join. I want optimism, happiness, encouragement. That's the only way we're gonna change the world, you know? With love, not hate. Let ego go out the window, sanctimony, holier than thouedness, so, and encourage, teach, welcome. So yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say. I love you guys. I'm gonna go back to sunbathing. Ugh. Big kisses. Mwah. I love you.